Hi guys, Candy here with My Mobile Homestead. Sorry about that. I promised in my last video that I was going to explain a little bit about why I'm doing the Stuff It Big Pharma series. I don't know how long that series is going to run. I am hoping that it's not going to run that long because I'd like to get well fast. So, I'm going to try to keep this video as short as possible. So I'd like you to just bear with me and try and stick it through the end. About 6 months ago, my best friend passed away. And I kind of think that that is the catalyst to everything. She taught me everything that I know about holistic, homeopathic, wholesome eating, essential oils. She taught me about homesteading. Shoot, she taught me about how to raise chickens and goats and quilt and all kinds of stuff. So, but she taught me this over a span of 24 years. So, this stuff is ingrained in me. And somewhere along the line, I forgot. Well, I didn't forget. I just forgot how to use my brain or something. I got depressed. The loss of her was a big hit. She and I were very close. And so instead of saying, oh, I have an infection, take garlic. Garlic is a good antibacterial, antifungal, antimicrobial, and anti-parasitic. Or, oh no, I have a urinary tract infection, take vitamin C. Vitamin C in good-sized doses, taken with a large amount of water. You should take a lot of water with any of those type of things, just because it flushes it out of your system. You want to flush your system. See, I know these things. I know them. I've known them. I went 10 years without taking any antibiotics. All I took was garlic and vitamin C, essential oils, or other holistic or homeopathic means. I did juice cleanses or, whatever. My body was, I treated it like it was the temple it was supposed to be for God. But when I lost her, I kind of went into a depression or a funk, and I lost my ability to think for myself. So I started calling other people that were leaned more towards, going to the doctor and taking medication and stuff like that. And yeah, it kind of screwed me up. So what started off as, well, I'd say I made it through Christmas. And then the new year started, and a bunch of stuff hit me. I don't know. But depression can really do some weird stuff to your body. And I was really battling the anxiety too. I have a problem with anxiety, and I have for many, many years. And it just compounded and compounded on top of each other, and plow. January came, or maybe it was February, I don't know. And my digestive issues that I've had for a long time just became intolerable. I went to urgent care for some back pain. Then it started hurting in just my chest, and they ran me over to the ER and checked me to make sure I wasn't having a heart attack, and I wasn't. They checked to see if I had ever had a heart attack, and I hadn't, or at least in whatever period of time. Then right after that, like we're talking 2 days. Oh, and I don't know if it's connected either, because I let them do this MRI where they put a type of dye in me. It wasn't like the contrast dye for a CT scan, because I'm allergic to that. But they did do something like that, and I don't know if that is connected at all to what followed, because believe me, man. So I turned out to be okay. Went home. Next day, I started throwing up and a bunch of other stuff, and ended up going to the ER again because blood was involved. And it turned out to be colitis, is what they're saying. The doctor, when I went back to see her, I'm going to digress. Let me stick to this. They gave me antibiotics while I was in the ER, or they admitted me. And they gave me antibiotics, and turns out that the cultures that they did, they didn't even need to give me the antibiotics. If they had just waited for the cultures to come back, they would have known that I didn't need the antibiotics, that there was no bacteria or fungus or anything in there. Everything was fine. It was, I don't know what caused the situation, but I didn't need to have antibiotics. So they jumped the gun. And I was so out there with everything that I should have said no. Well, I don't know. But this is my first experience, when you're talking colitis, which is bowel, and blood. I didn't want bowel matter getting in my blood. So I was kind of freaked out there. That freaked me out. Didn't know what to do about that. So I just let that one go. And I ended up having a side effect, a really bad intolerance to one of the antibiotics. And it's a really severe one, so I won't ever be able to take it unless I'm like hospitalized or something like that, which let's hope that never happens. And then after following that, I ended up with I went to the urgent care. My gut was hurting, probably from all the antibiotics. I don't know. And they did a urine test, and the urine test said that I had a high white blood cell count in my urine, which means infection. So they gave me antibiotics. Again. Different kind, but still antibiotics. And then I've been having headaches, and I'm still having headaches, but I started with this head pain, and maybe it started off to be a migraine, I don't know, but it wasn't behaving the same. So I went to this new doctor. It wasn't a new doctor. It was just I went to another doctor than my regular doctor because she wasn't available. And he told me that he believed that. Let me back up a little bit here. I told him that that it was bad like a migraine, but it wasn't behaving like my migraines, because I've been having migraines for 20 years, and I know how my migraines behave. It's kind of weird, but like I can't lay down when I'm having a migraine. I have to sit completely straight up, like as if I have one of those levels bubble things in there, and if I lean this way, my head hurts. If I lean this way, my head hurts. But if I'm perfectly straight, sitting up, which is so hard on my back and my neck, I can get the migraine to just subside just a little bit. I mean, still hurting like crazy, and I can't have the light on and the sound and all that stuff. But this was different. I could lay down, you know. So this guy tells me, he doesn't listen to any, because I don't know about my own migraines. And he tells me, you know what? I think you have status migrainosis. Never heard of that before. And I think you should take steroids. So I was like, oh, I don't know. I've had a problem with steroids before, and I really don't feel comfortable taking steroids. And he's like, well, I'm going to give you a different kind of steroid. And you know what? If you're going to go in all the way into the doctor, you might as well take the medicine. So I'm never going to see him again. I'll tell you that. Jerk. Anyway, he pressured me into taking the steroids. I was pretty vulnerable at the time. But anyway, the steroids, the first dose should have knocked a migraine out, but it didn't. So I went to another doctor. The other doctor listened to me and said, open your mouth, close your mouth. Open your mouth, close your mouth. I think you have severe TMJ. And I'm like, well, yeah, I already knew that. I have a bite guard. And he says, well, you need to take a muscle relaxer and just give it a try. And then he prescribed Imitrex to me, which I didn't take. But I tried the muscle relaxer. So I went home, took the muscle relaxer, and poof, headache gone. So it's my jaw. I carry a lot of my stress in my jaw. Oh, my dog is making me crazy. She's going to bark, 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 bark. Sorry, guys. That's her job on this planet, to bark and make me crazy. I really do believe that. Anyway, so I had to finish out the steroids. And I believe that the steroids is the catalyst, the straw that broke the camel's back, because man, it has thrown my system into a cyclone. I have had horrible, horrible gut issues since then. Horrible pain. What's happened is the steroids caused a huge immune response. And my gut, now I have what I believe is candida in my entire digestive system, and not the female kind, just in my abdomen, my gut, my intestines, in my stomach, up my esophagus, and it came into my mouth. So I had thrush, or I do have thrush, but the majority of it has been battled. I mixed tea tree oil and oregano oil with my toothpaste, and I've been brushing my tongue and my teeth with that, and it's knocked it out pretty good. And then gargling. Yeah, it's doing a pretty good job of it, but I still have the stuff going on in my gut. So what I'm going to do is, what I have to do is I have to remove all grains from my diet and sugar. It was suggested I remove dairy as well, but I have some lactose-free half and half. I don't know, I might have some coffee. I don't know. I stopped drinking coffee at the moment, but we'll see. I have this really, really tasty organic coffee that I miss a lot. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so I've probably cheated a couple times since I've made this decision a couple, I'd say about 4 days ago, to get, well, I found out, actually, it's not making a decision. I found out what I had to do, that I had to remove the grain and the sugar. And that was the two biggest things. Ooh, where are you, camera? That is the two biggest things I had to do, was remove the grain and the sugar. The others I could probably occasionally have. But I need to, by removing the grain and the sugar, I'm going to starve the candida, and that's going to weaken it. And then the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get the candida out by using this product I have by doTERRA called GX Assist. And it is a variety of oils. I can't tell you exactly which right now. I think I remember thyme being one of them and a couple of them. And then it's in with something called caprylic acid. I think it's called caprylic acid. And that's derived from coconut oil. And what that caprylic acid does is it like puts holes in the candida. It shoots holes in it, like shoots it. So that is part of it targeting it and weakening it. And then the essential oils come in and just bust it up and flush it out of your body. And so, but right now, because of the steroids, what they've done is they have stripped the lining of my stomach. Well, damaged the lining of my stomach. I don't know if it's completely stripped, because I'm doing better now. I haven't had to take any Pepcid for a couple of days, and that's a fantastic thing. Actually, no. It's been over 24 hours since I've taken Pepcid, I think. Oh, no. Actually, I took it Friday morning. That's the last time I took it. And it's Sunday. So, evening right now. So, it's been almost 20, yeah, a couple days. I'm glad about that. So the goal is to not take that. I don't want to have to take it while I'm taking this essential oil combination, because the GX Assist, because I feel like if I take the Pepcid with that, I'm not sure, but don't you need your stomach acids? And the Pepcid's going to stop the stomach acids. So I'm trying not to stop my stomach acids. So I unfortunately have still been having headaches. And I believe that the headaches are a combination of two things. One is stress. The jaw thing, I still clench my teeth like crazy, and yeah, it's just riding up my head, and I can feel it in my jaw when all of a sudden it's like, stop, that hurts. So I'm just gonna have to get to the point where I somehow don't do it. I have a bite guard that I use at night, but when I use it during the day, I can't talk because I talk with a lisp, and it's not pleasant. It's kind of hard to do at my job too, because I have to talk to students. And the other thing that I think is causing the headaches is the gut stuff. This candida that's going on. I think that that's part of it, because candida can cause or trigger fibromyalgia, lupus, a whole list of things. I looked it up and I was just like, wow. So I, for all I know, have had candida for a lot longer and I've just woke it up. Who knows? Because I have fibromyalgia and I have lupus and I have blah, blah, blah. And I could heal myself. How cool would that be? But I got to do it holistically because it's evident. It is so clearly evident that doing it Big Pharma's way is not the answer. It is clearly not the answer because antibiotics, steroids, sick. Antibiotics. And there's a reason that I stopped taking antibiotics, that I did it, went that 10-year span, because it caused problems. And just somewhere along the line, I guess the whole issue with the loss of my friend and everything, just, I forgot. So, yeah. And she taught me everything about all this, you know. She was like a true homesteader, and she was a midwife. So she wasn't a doctor, and I'm not a doctor, but so I'm not telling anybody to do this, but it's totally up to whoever, it's your body. This is my body. This is what I'm doing. So, yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm going to leave it at that. So if you would like to like, share, and subscribe, that would be wonderful. And comment below. I'd love to hear your comments. I look for that before I even look for subscriptions. I would like subscriptions, and I would like to see the likes, the thumbs up. That's awesome. But that's the first thing I roll to when I, look back at my videos. As I scroll down for the comments, I want to see comments. I want to have that interaction with you. So please share with me, talk to me. So anyway, that's it. And I'll check in with you guys later. I have more stuff to share. I'm hoping that this won't be going on forever. But I have other videos that I will do as well. I'm starting to feel better, so I'll get back on my other videos that I like doing. We've actually been making some progress with my house, so I'd like to get on that too. Anyway, that's it. God bless. Bye all.